for the monarchy after Harry and Meghan used their vile Netflix reality series to try and tear down the late Queen's most treasured institution. Here's a reminder.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because the royal soap opera just took a turn that's got Prince Harry reportedly losing his mind. That's right, Tom Bower, that relentless royal biographer who's made a career out of peeling back the palace curtains, has allegedly unleashed a cache of hidden tapes that could rewrite the entire Sussex saga. These aren't your garden variety leaks. They're the kind that make you question everything you've been fed about Harry and Meghan's fairy tale exit from the monarchy.
That Netflix series did, literally a few weeks ago, then all of a sudden they say, but come on, we want our Californian kids to be prince and princess. It's beyond a joke. It's beyond.
If the reports are true, Harry's not just spiraling, he's going absolutely nuts, pacing the halls of his Montecito mansion like a man who's seen his carefully constructed world crumble. And who can blame him? These tapes, insiders whisper, expose the raw underbelly of ambition, deception, and a family narrative that might be more Hollywood script than heartfelt reality. Let's start at the beginning, shall we?
Yeah. I mean, they are the arch hypocrites. And what's so awful about the Commonwealth thing is that it's vital for Britain. It's important for the 54 nations who are part of it.
Tom Bower isn't some tabloid hack chasing clicks. He's the author of hard-hitting exposes that have left royals quaking in their wellies. His latest volley comes on the heels of Harry and Meghan's ongoing PR blitz, the Netflix specials, the Oprah interviews, the endless stream of truth-telling that's done more to tarnish the monarchy than any Republican pamphlet. But these hidden tapes, they're said to be a game changer, captured from private conversations that span years, from the tense days leading up to Megxit right through to their sun-soaked California reinvention. Sources close to Bower claim he's been sitting on this archive like a dragon on its hoard, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And strike he has, with audio clips that allegedly lay bare Meghan's master plan, a meticulously curated image of the modern, progressive family, complete with adorable children who conveniently pop up just when the narrative needs a boost.
They have demeaned it by saying that it's all Empire Stroke 2 and the Netflix thing. But of course, the greatest damage which the Sussexes have done to the Commonwealth is their accusation of racism. The royal family is racist, which he then peddled back on Harry because he knew it was untrue. It was one of Meghan's many lies. And that is really what's so awful. That's why Charles...
Picture this. In one purported snippet, Meghan's voice echoes with the cool calculation of a boardroom executive. We need the family angle to seal the deal, she allegedly says, discussing how Archie and Lilibet could be leveraged for everything from book deals to political clout. Critics, and there are plenty now piling on, are calling it the smoking gun of hypocrisy. Here we have a couple who fled the UK screaming about privacy and mental health, only to turn their lives into a perpetual reality show. But these tapes suggest it's all been a bit too staged, to perfect. And then there's the whisper that's grown into a roar, the rented kids theory. Oh yes, we're going there. It's not just idle internet chatter anymore. It's tied to these recordings, where discussions allegedly touch on surrogacy arrangements, PR timelines, and a family dynamic that feels more like a marketing campaign than motherhood.
Very hard yesterday to assert the importance of the Commonwealth. He's quite right, but whether that'll save the institution...
Well, the problem is it's had none of the pickup as the Netflix series did. What did you make of the Prince and Princess thing? Because it felt very telling to me that the royal family didn't update their...
Sarcasm aside, if you're a parent listening to this, doesn't it make your blood boil? They parade these kids as props for empathy points, then shield them from the world like state secrets. Protective parenting or something more calculated, you decide, but let's not rush ahead. Harry's reaction, according to those in the know, has been nothing short of volcanic. Insiders paint a picture of a prince unhinged, shouting at advisors, firing off frantic calls to lawyers, even contemplating a transatlantic dash to confront Bower head-on. Why the meltdown? Because these tapes don't just target Meghan. They drag Harry into the mud too.
Do you think Charles was hoping that Harry and Meghan would say, oh, you know what, we actually don't want the title?
Well, I think this is a very sad indication of King Charles's weakness. He should have signed the letters which prevented them taking the titles. And just in the same way that he can't decide, really, whether Harry should come...
One alleged clip captures him in a moment of rare candor, his voice cracking as he questions the path they've taken. Is this really us, or just the story we're selling? He reportedly mutters, only for Meghan to shut it down with a steely reminder of their brand. It's heartbreaking. In a deadpan sort of way, here's the spare heir, once the nation's cheeky favorite, reduced to a supporting role in his wife's ambition play.
I mean, clearly as a father he'd like him there, but this isn't about being the father, this is about being the head of the nation. And he should make quite clear that Harry is not welcome. But everything about Charles is so indecisive. He can't even at the moment decide whether he should wear a uniform or not on the coronation, or breeches. And he can't decide which...
Skeptics might roll their eyes and say it's all fabricated, but Bauer's track record is ironclad. He's the man who exposed the cracks in the royal facade before. And if these tapes are authenticated, Harry's not just nuts, he's cornered. Now, let's delve deeper into what these revelations mean for the bigger picture. The monarchy, that venerable institution the late Queen Elizabeth spent her life safeguarding, is once again under siege.
This is the problem with Charles, and has been throughout his whole life. He wants to please everybody, and he poses as a confrontationist, and it doesn't work. So he should have, vis-a-vis the Sussexes, cancelled the titles, and he should make absolutely clear that Harry is not welcome.
And the thing is, he would have had the public on side.
He will, and the public will be very against him if Harry comes.
Remember how Harry and Meghan's Netflix extravaganza accused the royals of racism and outdated imperialism? These tapes flip the script, allegedly showing the Sussexes as the true architects of division. In one recording, Meghan reportedly discusses rebranding the family as global ambassadors, mocking the Commonwealth as Empire 2.0 behind closed doors while publicly courting its spotlight. The irony is delicious, isn't it? They decry the institution as toxic, yet cling to titles like Prince and Princess for their kids' titles they demanded after swearing off the whole circus. King Charles, ever the indecisive peacemaker, caved on that one, updating the royal website like a reluctant IT guy fixing a glitch. But these tapes suggest it was all part of a larger ploy. Use the kids' royal status to boost their American empire, then cry foul when the palace pushes back. Speaking of the palace, the fallout behind those gilded walls is reportedly chaotic. Senior aides are in crisis mode, compiling counter dossiers to debunk the claims, while King Charles wrestles with his paternal instincts versus his duty as head of state. Should Harry be invited to the coronation? The tapes make a compelling case against it. Why welcome a son who's allegedly complicit in undermining the very throne he's set to inherit nothing from? Public opinion in the UK is shifting, with polls showing sympathy for the Sussexes evaporating like morning mist. Commonwealth nations, those 50 for pillars of the post-imperial world, are watching closely too if these tapes prove Meghan's disdain for the organization was more than a slip of the tongue. It could accelerate calls for republics across the board. And let's not forget the US angle over there, where celebrity trumps tradition. This scandal is playing out like a bad episode of The Crown. Hollywood execs are hitting pause on deals, donors are fleeing Arkewell, and Meghan's feminist crusader image is cracking under the weight of alleged deceit. As we build toward the heart of this storm, consider the children at the center, Archie and Lilibet. The tapes reportedly include discussions of their optics, how their rare appearances, always carefully staged and partially obscured, feed into a narrative of victimhood and resilience. But if the rented kids' allegations hold water, we're talking potential legal Armageddon. Surrogacy laws differ wildly between the US and UK. Misrepresent them and you could face everything from custody battles to fraud probes. Legal eagles are already speculating. Could this invalidate their titles? Force a DNA showdown. It's the stuff of tabloid dreams, but with real-world stakes. Harry's reported fury stems from this. He's not just defending his marriage, he's fighting for the legitimacy of his family. Yet, in the tapes, his voice wavers, hinting at doubts he's buried deep. It's a tragic portrait. The war hero prince, once defiant against the establishment, now ensnared in a web of his own making, the climax of this unfolding drama. It's the moment these tapes go public if they do, insiders say Bowers holding back the full release, dangling it like a sword over the Sussexes' heads. Imagine the shockwaves, global headlines screaming betrayal, social media erupting in hashtags like #HiddenTapes and #Sussex Scandal. Harry's nuts reaction could escalate into full-blown isolation, severing ties with William for good and leaving him adrift in a California bubble. Meghan, the self-styled trailblazer, might find her political aspirations DOA, who trusts a leader whose foundation is built on alleged fabrication. And for the monarchy, this could be the tipping point, forcing Charles to choose, forgive and dilute the crown's authority, or cut ties and reclaim the narrative. The sarcasm here is thick. They've turned the coronation into their personal reality TV cliffhanger, debating attendance like it's a Netflix renewal. Deadpan truth, if Harry shows up, it'll be less a family reunion and more a PR grenade. But here's the skeptical twist. Are these tapes even real? Bowers' sources are anonymous. The snippets leak through whispers. In our age of deepfakes and disinformation, it's wise to question everything. Yet, the patterns fit the privacy obsession, the selective storytelling, the relentless self-promotion. If nothing else, this scandal exposes the fragility of the Sussex brand, one hidden tape away from implosion. As we wrap this up, remember, this is just the opening act. The royal drama never truly ends, it evolves if Harry's truly going nuts over these revelations. It's a sign that the truth, or whatever version of it Bowers peddling, hurts. What do you think? Are the tapes a genuine expose, or another smear in the endless war of words? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like if you're Team Monarchy, and subscribe for the next chapter in this saga. We might just see those tapes surface soon, and when they do, everything changes. Stay tuned, folks. The crown's never looked so precarious.